Is that why you were here?
Well, the benefits of push-ups are so obvious, there's no secret about them, plain and simple. You just need to take a few minutes every day to perform them, and you're going to see incredible impact on your body very soon. Every week you can notice great changes on the shape of your body while watching yourself in the mirror, like most people do, with any fitness program. Here are some of the main benefits of performing good old-fashioned push-ups. They work your chest, hands, forearms, biceps, triceps, shoulders, traps, upper body, lower body, abs, glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, and your heart muscle gets stronger and your mind gets clearer as well. Well, at least my mind does when I do push-ups.
What?
Personally, I think push-ups have a lot to do with confidence. Like, doing push-ups on a regular basis will make you stronger and improve your overall conditioning. However, it'll also increase your confidence. You'll find that doing push-ups in sets of 25, 50, or 100 will build massive arms and upper body strength. Do it regularly and you'll build as much strength as the guys you see spending hours in the gym. This will give you tremendous pride in your accomplishments and the confidence that comes with achievement. It's such a good exercise that the U.S. Army, Navy, Marines, and all law enforcement programs still use push-ups as one of the primary components to get soldiers and people who are entering these fields in great shape.
For the heavyweight championship of the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Where can they be done? Push-ups can be done anywhere, anytime. You don't need any equipment. It costs you nothing. No gym membership or anything. All you need is the 4 Ds. Drive, dedication, discipline, and determination. The 4 Ds is all you need. Push-ups have a lot to do with increasing metabolism. As you know, with any fitness program, dieting and eating healthy has a lot to do with, any type of exercise program. Reason being is like increasing your metabolism. Push-ups actually push the body toward physical exhaustion. In addition to building strength, it forces the heart to work harder and the blood to pump faster, like most fitness programs do. This increases the metabolism and helps you burn more calories. The benefits of the push-up is still felt hours after the exercise is done. But this is not only done with specifically just push-ups, this is also done with other levels of fitness and other fitness programs as well. This tutorial is going to be how to do and learn a handstand. People are always sending me emails through my website, Facebook, and YouTube asking me how do I obtain my balance to do a handstand. So I'm going to show you and teach you the way that I taught myself. Now, a lot of people will tell you to use the wall. I personally didn't use the wall when I started doing handstands. The reason why is because if you learn by using a wall, you get used to having that support system. In order to do it freestanding, you have to practice and train that way. So I'm going to teach you the way I taught myself how to learn to do a handstand. Now, initially, how I started to learn to do a handstand is from, just basically actually continuously trying to do it. It took some time and frustration, but I did learn. Another way that I practice to gain a balance for it is from a frog stand. Now, frog stand is done like this. You place your palms flat on the floor with your fingers spread. As you can see, my hands are lined up. Then what you want to do is you bend over a little and place your elbows, your knees on your elbow like this. And you just want to hold that position for as long as you can. What it's going to do is build up the strength in your arms for you to be able to do a handstand. You continuously practice holding yourself in that seated frog position, and it's going to help you build up the balance to go into a handstand. Now, once you get past that stage, you should be able to just kind of push up and hold it. It's not easy to learn to do it, and it takes a lot of time and practice. The best way to do this is to time yourself while you're doing it. Each time you practice that frog stand, time yourself and see if you can hold just that stand a little bit longer. And the longer you're able to hold it, is the more accurate your balance is becoming. At that point, you'll start to learn to push up. Another way you can do is just continuously try by placing your hands flat on the ground, kicking one leg up and let the other leg follow. That's another way to learn it. That's actually the easiest way that I learned it. Continuously placing your palms flat on the ground, kicking one leg up, let the other one follow, bring it down. Bring it down. In the beginning, it's not going to seem like your body is properly aligned, but don't worry about that, because gradually, as you learn, your body will become aligned straight. So continue practicing like that. Now, there are certain ways you can learn to build up the strength. People don't understand that learning a handstand and holding a handstand position requires not only balance, it requires strength. Now, you can build up the strength for a handstand by doing handstand push-ups against the wall. If you do handstand push-ups against the wall, it'll help build up the strength, but it won't help you acquire the balance. So there's a big difference. Make no mistake, you can't learn to do the balance just by using the wall, but you can help by doing handstand push-up against the wall. It'll help build the strength to do a freestanding handstand, which is what a lot of people see me do in my videos. So that's one of the exercises that can help you. Handstand wall push-ups are good. You can do maybe 3 sets of 5 reps each day to build up the strength. Also practicing that frog stand and just holding yourself. Just continuously doing that and holding yourself. You'll build up the balance. Once you go from here and you can balance, push yourself up. The next tutorial that I'm going to do is going to go into handstand push-ups. But before you jump to doing handstand push-ups, you want to be able to hold a freestanding handstand for at least 30 seconds. You want to be able to hold a freestanding handstand for at least 30 seconds before you go off into handstand push-ups. The first thing you obtain is the accurate balance. You want to master holding yourself in a handstand for 30 seconds before you go off into handstand push-ups. There are several different other exercises which you will see on this DVD, different push-ups. I think the basic push-up is a real good strength builder for handstands. I think just holding yourself, I used to use just holding myself in a basic push-up position for as long as I could hold it, 3 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Just holding that position is a good strength builder for your arms. Now, one of the things that holding a basic handstand works besides your balance is it works the muscles within your arms, your forearms, your bicep, your tricep, and your back. Your core is also, you have to have a strong core in order to hold the handstand. So you have to do core exercises, ab exercises, lower back exercises. These exercises build and strengthen your core and help you balance correctly when you're in a handstand. These are the muscles that are used when doing a handstand. If you notice, the muscle in my arms engaged while I'm doing a handstand. If you take a look at my stomach, you'll see that my core as well is engaged. When you've mastered the handstand, you'll be able to do something like that, to talk, look at the camera while you're in it, but it takes time. And it's frustrating, but in order for you to get that balance, you have to practice, practice, practice. It's not going to happen overnight. Some will get it faster than others, but you have to practice. Incorporate those exercises within your normal workout if you really want to build the balance to do a handstand. Again, you have not mastered it until you can at least hold it for 30 seconds or more. And then when you get to that stage, then you can move on to doing handstand push-ups, which you'll see in my next tutorial. So remember, the exercises that are used: frog sit, position yourself like this, just hold, 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 rest. Hold, 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 rest. Just a basic push-up position. Just holding is a good strength builder. Also, doing push-ups in a handstand position against the wall. Push-ups, not just holding the handstand, but doing push-ups is good for building the strength to do a freestanding handstand. Now, what you also want to do is you want to make sure you build up the flexibility in your wrist. Very important. You want to do stretches. One of the stretches I like to do is place my palm into another palm and push back on my wrist to develop the flexibility here, and then do it the opposite way. That's one of the stretches. This way, push back a little bit, then you bring it down and push it back the other way. That builds up the flexion in your wrist. Another great exercise is on all fours. Place your fingers directly toward your body, arms straight, and head forward. Very good exercise to building up the strength in the wrist and the flexibility. Also, you'll see on this push-up DVD exercises that build up your wrist. One of the main exercises is wrist push-ups. They're hard to do in the beginning, so you may want to do it on a towel or something of comfort to your wrist before just jumping off into it. It's a good strength builder for your wrist. And you want to constantly work your wrist in order to build up the flexibility. One good thing about my gloves, when I had them designed, because I do a lot of hand balancing and handstand push-ups and tighter limb push-ups and so on, I wanted them to have this strap so that people, not just myself, but people who like to do these form of exercises, these advanced exercises, the second strap on my glove is used as a support. It's great for these type of exercises. Your wrist has that support so you don't hyperextend or sprain your wrist while you're doing it. So that's one of the reasons why when I had my gloves designed, I wanted the strap to be added to the glove, attached to the glove, so we can harness around your wrist for the support. In the next video, you're going to see me moving on from there, doing the basic handstand to doing handstand push-ups. But again, before you can go off into handstand push-ups, you want to be able to hold a freestanding handstand for at least 30 seconds. It's not an easy task holding it for 30 seconds. It's not easy, but once you've mastered holding the basic handstand for 30 seconds, you can then move on to doing handstand push-ups, which is a great strength builder. Alright? So that's the end of the handstand tutorial. You know, if you have to refer back to the exercises, make sure you work your wrist. You want to stretch your wrist so you build up that flexibility and that flexion in your wrist. The exercises that I've shown and spoke about today, which you can also see. Okay, once you've learned how to do a freestanding handstand and you've pretty much mastered it by being able to hold it for 30 seconds or more, you want to go off into handstand push-ups. Now, handstand push-ups also require a lot of strength and balance, because not only are you just holding a freestanding handstand, but now you're putting movement to it. You're putting movement to it. So what you want to do is, when you go down to do a push-up, you want to keep your body aligned properly and maintain that balance so you can do several different reps. In the beginning, you may not be able to do as many reps, so you probably want to start off with a 3 or 5 rep range, so that way you'll build up to doing more reps. The main thing is, again, you want to keep your fingers, your hands flat, your fingers spread apart, your back and your leg aligned, and your core tightened. Don't hold your breath. There's a difference between holding your breath and keeping your core tight. When you lower yourself an inch off the floor and back up. When you're lowering yourself, you want to lower yourself where your face is an inch, about that much away from the floor, and then push all the way back up, fully lock out. That's the proper way, proper form of a freestanding handstand push-up. That works the muscles, again, the muscles in the arm, the upper back, and so on. I'm going to actually show you what muscles are being worked when performing a freestanding handstand push-ups. Notice the muscles in my shoulder, arms, and back when I'm doing a push-up. The muscles that are being worked are my bicep, my tricep, my forearms, my upper back, rhomboids, and if you notice, a little bit of my lower back are all muscles that are engaged. My front delts, rear delts, and side delts, and traps as well, are all engaged in doing a freestanding handstand push-up. Not an easy exercise, but you want to start off in a slow, a short rep range, meaning you don't want to jump to try to doing 10 reps. You want to start off gradually. 3 reps to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 12, and so on. Once you've mastered it and you build up the strength, you'll be able to do 12, 15, 20, and so on. For example, my partner, she does 30 reps of freestanding handstand push-up, but she's built up to that. I myself do a great number of reps as well, but we've built up to that. First thing to do is master the balance. Once you've mastered the balance, you want to master the movement with the balance, which is doing freestanding handstand push-up. So at the same time, when you learn how to do the actual push-up, you can still work on the balance, so you get better and better at it. Once you've mastered doing it on the floor, you can master doing it on the parallel bars. You can master doing it on top of the bar that you see me doing some of my videos as well. But you have to master it here first. It's a great exercise to build muscle, endurance, strength, and help sculpt your body the way you want. If you notice, I'm going to do it at the side so you can see the muscle in my arm being worked. Ready? It's not an easy exercise to do. If you notice, you probably see my tricep being engaged. And you notice I do a full rep range. I don't do a short rep range. I do a full range of motion when I go down and fully lock out when I do it. So handstand push-ups are not an easy exercise, but they are obtainable when you're doing them. What you do is you gotta master the balance first, and then you work on doing the actual push-up. In the beginning, you may be only be able to do 2 reps before you feel like you're losing your balance. That's why it's very important that you refer to working on the freestanding handstand, which I discussed in the tutorial earlier, so that you master that. Okay, after you've mastered doing a freestanding handstand and freestanding handstand push-ups, the next thing you probably want to learn is a tiger bend. Tiger bend is not an easy exercise at all. There are 2 different variations. 2 different. One where you go down on your elbows and your legs are straight. And then the other variation is when you go down on your elbows and your legs are arched. Those are the 2 different variations you're going to see me actually demonstrate. First thing you want to do, place your hands on the floor. You lower yourself. Like I said with the freestanding handstand push-up. The only difference is in the angling of your arms. Whereas in the handstand push-ups, your arms are angled wider and you're going outward. With a tiger bend, your hands are more close in and you're going forward so you can ease back on your forearms, like this. So what you want to do is, that variation was the variation where your legs are straight. So what you want to do is, when your body is straight in the handstand position, as opposed to keeping your elbows out when you push down and let them flare, you kind of come down with your elbows in a little bit. So that way, once you go forward, it's easier to just lay back on your elbows, as opposed to bouncing back. You don't want to bounce back because that's how you lose your balance. Now, the easiest way to build up the strength for this is what I call a tiger bend rock. Now, how you do the tiger bend rock is you go into the tiger bend position. Now, in this demonstration, I'm going to do the arched legs and show you how you build up the strength to actually do the press up, well, how I personally build up the strength. You go into a tighter bend. You want to be careful with losing your balance when doing these moves. You can always catch your balance when doing them, but that's exactly how you build up the strength. If you notice, I was rocking forward and back on my elbows. That builds up the strength in your arm. Now I'm going to show you what exercise, what muscles the actual tighter bend press works. The actual tighter bend push-up works mainly the muscles in your shoulders and in your back again. So, here goes. Zoom on my back. The tighter bend rock, work those muscles. Once you've mastered doing the tighter bend rock, then you can work on going from the rock to the press up, which is the actual push up itself. And when you can do those repetitiously, then you've pretty much mastered the tighter bend. Not an easy move, but first you want to work on doing the tighter bend rock to build up the strength. To build up the strength in the muscles that are required. In the shoulders that you don't normally use, and in the back that you don't normally use. So that's the tighter bend push-up, 2 different variations. One you saw in the beginning with me doing straight leg, and the other variation with the legs arched over my head. Not easy moves, but when you turn it into an exercise, phenomenal for building inner strength, great muscle tone, and overall balance.